So guys, what's up? It's David, also known as Nova Strat here, and we're playing Hearthstone again. Today, I'm playing as Druid versus a Priest, apparently, and I'm doing ranked, because the new season started, and this is a horrible hand. Why did I keep it? This is actually terrible. Okay, fuck me. But today, I'm not just gonna... Oh, never mind. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, okay. So today, I'm not just gonna be talking about... Okay, I'm gonna... First, just give me this. Okay, so today I'm not just going to be doing a commentary. I'm going to actually tell a story. All my other friends on their YouTube channels told the story, and they're probably going to be sick of it, but it's a funny story, and I need to tell it. Okay, he has nothing on the story. Okay. So, this story is how I got kicked out of the mall that we live by. And they told their perspective, and I'm going to tell my perspective. So, what the fuck is that? Okay, I can't pay attention to the game. I have to just zone out and play the game. So, this is the story of how I got kicked out of the mall. This mall we go to every, couple weeks. We dick around there. We dick around with the people there. We dick around. We make vines sometimes. Well, okay. Fuck! So, we went to this mall one time. It was 4th of July, I think. And we were just gonna dick around. We, saw a movie. We just can't do anything. We saw a movie. We just started, fucking around with everyone, or fucking around with mall cops, because at the end of the movie, we went out, and since it was the 4th of July, it was closing early. So every single store closed early. It was about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And so we were just like, all right, cool. We can just hang out around the mall. So eventually, all these mall cops just started showing up. They have their night duty or whatever the fuck their patrol, because they had to protect the mall. I did air quotes. If only I had a camera, you could see that. So they were protecting the mall, quote unquote, and we are just screwing around in the lounge area. They have lounges all around the mall, little seats. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Um, so we were just talking. We weren't gonna do anything to the mall cops at first. We were thinking just, all right, we can just hang out here for a bit, and screw around. We can just wait to go home, because they're gonna come over to my house afterwards and just do our thing. So one of my friends had the bright idea to just say, actually no, it wasn't that. It was just we all had a mutual idea. I'm in the group. Like it's like 5 people when there. 5 or 6. So in that group, I feel like I have the most balls when it comes to doing stuff. So they're like, "Hey, you should do this, you should do that." And I'm like, "All right, sure. What am I going to do it for?" And I do it. So then I kind of just do it. And I don't really give a shit of what the consequences are. And I just go. So I do it. And it was like, you start blasting music in the quiet mall. Annoy the should annoy the mall cops. And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I start blasting music. No, I didn't start blasting music. That was the one thing I didn't do. I don't know why. But we were like, "All right, no, we should play hide and seek. We should do this, we should do that. We should..." All these stupid ideas, and we could have done it. We could have done them. And we should have, because it would have been hilarious. This guy. That's bad. Okay, so I might lose this game, and I'm still gonna tell the story. So we were thinking about all these stuff. We were vlogging too. Some of them were vlogging, because they were like, "Oh, they're gonna start a YouTube video or YouTube channel." This was long before they even thought about starting YouTube. So I can't win this game. So I'm just gonna end it. So they thought they were doing vlogs and shit, and we were just dicking around. I'm not gonna get to the part. the part of where I actually got kicked out for a bit, because there's still more of I need to tell, because they didn't go in depth. They just said like, oh, you got kicked out of the mall, blah blah blah. So we were just sticking around, right? Eventually, when we were sitting down in these lounges, like 2 or 3 mall cops come up to us and they're like, "Excuse me, guys, you can't be in the mall right now." They're polite. We were like, "All right, sure, sure, we'll leave. We're leaving." And we said, "All right, we're just gonna go back to the movie theaters and maybe go back, go around the mall and go back in." Because once we left the movie theaters, they didn't let us back in. So we went around into the front. No, we went around to the Target in the mall. We went in the Target, we started dicking around, and we said after we were dicking around there for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, we were like, they were telling me all this stuff that I should have done, and I would have done it. I was like, what if I just stole this bike off of the wall, because they had like a bike they have like bikes in Target and shit like that. I don't know. And I was like, what if I just started riding around Target in a bike? And they were like, no, no, you shouldn't do it. And I'm like, fine, I'm not gonna do it. So we had the bright idea. I think it was my bright idea that we should go back into the mall and just fuck with the mall cops for a bit. And that's exactly what we did. So we went around the mall again, back into the movie theater area, and back into the mall. That was the only way you can get into the mall at night, because the movie theater's always open. It's always open until like 1 or 2. So we go in there, and we just start roaming the mall again. And the same guys come up to us, and they're like, guys, we told you to leave. You need to leave now. And we were like, you know what, fine. We can just go wait outside, wait for our ride to come. And that's exactly what we did. So that's not exactly what we did. There's something happened before that. So we started leaving. The mall cops started following us out. 2 mall cops, I think. 2 mall cops followed us out. And we were walking out, we were all vlogging, and we were like, oh, laughing, like, oh, we're getting carried out by mall cops, or they have their phones out there. I'm not gonna say names. They gave names to everyone, fake names to everyone in the video, and I'm not gonna do that because it's not fun. It's like I don't want to think of a name right out of that. So okay, so we started to leave, and the mall cops that were following us out, there was like 2 or 3 of them. They went into their little mall cop area, so their little like lounge, which was. So we were walking down this hallway, and off to the left there was a door for the mall cops. So they left and did their own thing, and left us to leave. So we should have left. We should have left. But we didn't, and that was a stupid thing. So there's this hallway. I'm gonna see if I can get the video, because while everyone was vlogging, I had this bright idea to run down this hallway. It wasn't a hallway from like in the mall. It was like a hallway behind all the stores. So you're technically not supposed to go down them, but I did anyway. And yeah, so we're not supposed to. We weren't supposed to run down there. It didn't have any warning on it. It didn't have say like employees only. It didn't have any of that. It had a big exit sign on it. So I was like, okay, yo, Billy. I'm gonna name him Billy. Come film me. I'm gonna sprint down this hallway. So that's exactly what I did, and I sprinted down this hallway while he videotaped me, because we noticed that the mall cops went into their little hideout. So I started like jogging over there, and I started sprinting down this hallway, and he videotaped it. But apparently there's cameras and shit, they probably were watching us. And this one furious mall cop came out, pulled him aside, and I came running back out and said, you had to leave the mall now. And he was like pissed. He was totally pissed at me. And I was nervous. Not gonna lie, I was nervous. So he like put his arm on me or his hand on me and started walking me out. And they were all waiting outside, all my friends, all like 4 of them. And okay, this is GG. This game's over. and just we just left. Well, we didn't leave because they came back out. Like 4 mall cops after this one guy escorted me out. 4 mall cops came and was they got all my info. I was scared shitless. Like I'm not gonna like I wouldn't have said that. Like usually I wouldn't have said like, oh my god, it was nothing. They were just idiots. They didn't. No, I was scared. And these mall cops, they were nice. They did their job. They didn't like arrest me or anything, but they started getting all this info. So they're like, okay, your birthday, your name, your address, your phone number. I give it all to them. And right as they left, they're like, okay, so you're banned from the mall for 3 months. And I'm like, 3 months? They're like, yes, 3 months. So you're not allowed to come back. If you come back on the territory, you're technically trespassing, and you can get arrested and go to jail for a night. And I'm like, oh well, shit, I'm never coming back, even though I did. So in the day, there's no mall cop, so I come back. I come back like every other week. So while they left, they were leaving. They had my info. My friends told me that you should have lied, and I was just like, oh my god, I should have lied about this. I should have. I should have said my birthday was 2001. I should have seemed like I wasn't old enough to even be in the mall at that time, and I didn't. I said everything. I gave my home phone number. Thank God they didn't call my home. Thank God that my parents didn't get a phone call because they would have like beat me. They would have been pissed. And I didn't. I gave everything to them. Everything was correct. I gave them my actual birthday, my full name, the home number, my address. I gave them all this stuff, and they didn't do anything about it. And I was so like unbelievably happy. So on the ride home after I called my dad and he picked us all up. And he picked us up, and on the ride home, all my friends were like, so Dave, you know how that movie you want to see comes out in 3 months? We're gonna go see it, right?" And they're making all these 3 month jokes. They're saying 3 months this, 3 months that. I was like, oh yeah, it was about 3 months ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're making all these stupid jokes, and I was just like, oh my god, they're being so stupid. I was trying to laugh with them. I was nervous because I was hoping my dad didn't ask. And they probably wouldn't have told them because I said don't tell my parents whatever you do. So I was scared. I was like, okay, yeah, ha ha ha, funny, funny. And this entire ride home, which was like a 30-minute ride home, maybe 20-minute ride home to the mall or from the mall. And they were only making these jokes. And it was so scary for me. I was like, my heart was beating so hard. I was so nervous. Like, so we got home and all they were saying, we were like, dude, I can't believe how you fucking got kicked out of the mall. Now we can't have these squad nights anymore. Blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, like, I don't even know. This shit had me so scared. And I couldn't even, like, think from straight. I couldn't even think straight at that time. Like, I couldn't even, like, comprehend what even happened. And I was like, 3 months, man. I'm not going to be coming back to the mall for 3 months. What am I going to do? But at that time, I was totally broke, so I didn't have any money. So it was worth it. Now looking back at it, I was like, we went back to the mall recently, all of my friends, and we looked at that door. The hallway had 2 doors. We looked at that hallway, and since the mall cops were saying like, oh, you weren't allowed down there, it's all dangerous. There could be chemicals, and it said employees only. We looked at this door, and nothing was on the door. Nothing that said employees only. Nothing that said nothing that said you weren't allowed in there. It just said exit. So I could have just been like, "Oh, I was confused. It was an exit. I thought we could leave through there and I was just going to run through there very quick." And no, I was a fucking idiot and I didn't even pay attention to what I was running down. But I mean, like looking back at it now, it's just a good story I can tell, and it was. It lasted. This is probably going to be a pretty long video because I went through two full games and me talking this entire time. So, I mean, there's probably more stories I can tell, and there are definitely about me and my friends having nights like this, and we could I could figure out some more funny stories. I know this probably wasn't the funniest, but it was my friends had their own like perspective of it. They had this like own idea of what was going on, but they didn't know what's going on inside my head, and I was just I had to say it. So now they all know. Well, they did know. I told them afterwards, but I just needed to tell it. And this was my part of the story. I'll link the 2 other videos in the description, and you can go watch those and tell me what you think of the video. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of whatever I want to play, whatever you want to see. Drop a like if you like the video, dislike if you dislike the video. And yeah, see you then.
Alright, kick back, relax, and grab yourself a beverage. Or hop if you wanna just bounce to my leverage. The evidence, as they say, is in the pudding. So show me the money like my name was Cuba Gooding. It ain't fool's gold, it's gold, fool. Can't stop, won't stop, keeping it old school. So cool. Big Spoon is my nom de plume. I keep it popping like a needle in a new balloon. And if you don't know by now, then you need more schooling. Let loose, kid, get stupid.